Yo. So one of my biggest issues when it comes to shooting these types of videos, like I'll be in such a rush trying to remember some of the things that, happen or some of the experiences that I had that I will jump over, stories or important topics. But I'm out here in Cabo, right? I'm in Cabo. I don't know if you can see the background. That's the Pacific Ocean and all of that, right? But I'm out here, I'm having my coffee, and I'm thinking about a place. I don't even know if this is Nairobi, but I'm just gonna group it into Nairobi. I'm thinking about a place that I went there. This is on my last night, and it's called I want to say it's called the African Heritage House. Anyways, so let me tell you how this went. So I'm on my last day there, and I decide that I'm gonna go to the African Heritage House. So I already told you about all of the Uber stories. If you haven't seen, the other video that I posted up, I'll go ahead and attach it up top. But I call up my Uber, and I'm like, this is where I want to go. Uber shows up, we start going there. Now, in my mind, this is just like any other place, right? Like I don't have to make any special, request to come. I don't have to do anything. It's a place of business. I can just show up and I can get there. So the Uber driver comes, picks me up, and he starts going, and we're making small talk. We're making conversation. So he, once he hears me, once he hears my voice, he realizes that I'm not from Kenya. And, I could see by the look on his face that he was he didn't really know how to tell me. But, he inches it out. He tells me slowly. He's like, I could take you to where we're going, but he said, I could take you where we're going, I could drop you off and everything. He said, but you're gonna have a hard time getting back. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, no Ubers really go out there. He's like, to be honest with you, like I never even been to this place that we're going to. So again, the place is called like the African Heritage House. Just off of memory, it's off of Mombasa Road, and it is outside of Nairobi. It's a place, something river, like Alki River, something like that. But it's a little bit a ways away. So as we're going, I'm kind of like thinking about it. Like, is he, should I really, keep him with me? Should I chance it? So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just keep him with me. We're gonna go experience this thing together. So we get on the other side of the toll. You got to pay tolls, a lot of places. We get on the other side of the toll, and I'm asking him like, hey, so what is this place like? And like he adjusts his mirror, and he's like, man, I've never been here before. I don't know. So this is how I know that he's never been to this particular place. So anyways, we pull over, and he's calling them because the place doesn't have like really good signage, right? So they tell him like, okay, they're explaining to him how to get to the spot. So anyways, we get on I guess this is Mombasa Road, and there's like a lot of construction and everything going on. And I'm like, yo, this don't look like no place where, this don't look like no museum or no heritage place, right? In my mind, it's not what I thought it would look like. So anyways, we get up, and there's this little sign. It's like, it's not as big as it should be, right? And the sign's kind of like knocked over a little bit, and there's these two big, huge, I don't know, metal gates, iron gates or whatever. And it's not uncommon. By this point, I'm realizing like it's not uncommon for things to be gated up and then for there to be security or whatever that's at the gate that's opening up these gates, right? So two guys are there, they open up these gates, and you just hear like the opening it up really slow, and they're telling us, come in. So I'm looking around, I'm like, well, shit, we here now. So a driver pulls in, and I'm kind of looking around like, yo, this don't look how I thought it would look. So we finally get in, and we're driving on this little dirt road, and I just see this huge mansion, man. It's this huge pink mansion. I'm like, damn, that's it. So we get out of the car, and there's a guy, he's waiting for us, and he's like, oh yeah, you're supposed to call before you come. And it's like, well, okay, sometimes some businesses work like that in the States, most of the time not. Like if during business hours you could just come but whatever, this ain't the States. This is in Kenya. So I'm like, yeah, my bad. I didn't know. She's like, no worries, no problems. He brings us in, and I'm thinking that we're gonna go inside of the mansion. But this is what I want to see. I want to see what the hell's in this big ass house. So he's like, no, the tour, we're gonna take you on a tour. It starts down here. So we're walking, and his land is probably, dang, I don't know. Maybe the backyard was maybe like 2 acres, maybe acre and a half, 2 acres, but it's huge. And then like over where his property line ends, or where the mansion's property line ends, you can see like there's some railroad tracks, and then on the other side of the railroad tracks, you just got this huge view of the national park, right? So you could literally like sit there with your binoculars and see everything that's going on inside the national park. So I'm like, damn, this is a bomb view. So as we're walking, we finally get to this little cabana place. It's like, it's their pool, but it's covered. It got like the little grass roof on it. It looks super, super dope, right? So I get there, and finally the lady comes who's gonna take us on the tour. So she's there, she's taking us on the tour, and mind you, my driver, he's there with me, right? And she's showing us stuff, and he's like, wow, like I never seen this. I never even knew this was here. So showing us around this tour, and we get to the point where we're about to go into the house. So I'm like, wait a minute, I got to take pictures and videos of everything, right? So I'm taking all of my videos, I'm taking all my pictures. We get inside of the house, and basically what this house is, it's really like a cultural collection of all different types of tribes and all different places all throughout Africa. This white guy, he would just travel from North Africa, East Africa, West Africa, and he would just collect all of this stuff. Some of the stuff, I got flies and stuff over here. Some of the stuff that the people didn't want, right? They just didn't want it. Some of the stuff they sold to him, but he would just collect it, and then he would take it and fix it or turn it into, he would display it in a way, in an artistic type of way. Did a really good job with it. Anyways, we're walking through there. I'm seeing all types of stuff that, some of the stuff I seen on TV, some of the stuff I never seen before, some of the stuff my Uber driver never seen before. I seen a 200-year-old bed frame I think they got it from like Sudan or somewhere. I got a bunch of stuff that's in this place, but there was one tribe, I cannot remember, I probably should have Googled it before I did this, but there's one tribe who just has so much art. Like they had a gang of art and sculptures and pieces and everything out of all of the places that I remember in there. The Yoruba tribe, right? They have so many, I don't know where the Yoruba people are, what part of Kenya they're in, or where they're from, but if you know, leave me a comment, because I didn't look it up before I made this video. But yeah, they had a lot of stuff. Now there was stuff from everywhere. He had stuff from Egypt, stuff from Morocco, from the Yoruba people, stuff from Kenya. He had just all the clay sculptures and all this different types of stuff that was in there, and it was put in there in a way where, it draws people there. People are drawn to it, right? And I was lucky. I was surprised and lucky at the same time that we even had the opportunity to get that place to ourselves, right? I had a whole tour to myself. No one else was there, right? And I think they could probably, do a better job with the marketing, but regardless to that, right? I mean, this place has been there for years, so they must be doing something right. But I mean, the place itself was just, it was amazing, man. It was beautiful to see all of this different stuff. So I'm like, I'm curious, so I want to ask questions. So I'm like, well, they just kept giving this stuff to this guy. And she started laughing. She's like, yeah, well, the way it happened was, like, first he would start collecting what it was junk to them. They would throw it, get rid of it, it's broken or whatever. And then he would take it, and maybe they would see him in another 3 to 6 months. And every time they saw him, he would have a better vehicle, a better caravan, or more people with him. So they started, the people, right, from all the villages and all the tribes, they started figuring it out. Like, wait a minute, this guy's taking our junk and he's turning it into something. So I said, we're not just going to give it to him for free no more. We're going to start charging him. So that's what happened. That's how they start charging them. Now, the place that I went to, it wasn't the original place. The original place was in downtown Nairobi. I think it was in the CBD, but like years ago, it burnt down. So the guy, he came out and he built this house. Now, I only talked about the art in the house, right? But the architecture of the house, the way the house was built, you know, people talk about, you know, Africa, like, first of all, people think of Africa as like it's a one big country, right? It's a continent with a lot of different countries in it. But so that's the one thing, right? People first talk about Africa as it's just one big place. And the other thing is like, oh, well, Africa has mud huts and this and that, which is that's not true. But the houses there are built different than the houses that are built in my part of the U.S. My part of the U.S., if we were to pick up our best house and put it in anywhere in Africa, it wouldn't last. Because our houses are made of wood and it wouldn't work. You could take my house and put it in certain parts of the U.S. and it wouldn't last. So you have to build your house according to the elements. Like where I'm at now, like look, all of those houses, they're not mud, it's made of stucco, right? It's kind of like mud, but it's stucco. And we're here in Mexico. These houses will last as forever, right? It's the same with the houses there, the ones that I've seen. Like the guy's house that I went to, the mansion that I'm talking about, that house is never going anywhere. It's built to last. And the inside of the house with the way that it's structured and the way that it's put together, that house will never go anywhere. So people, you know, make these blanket statements just based off of just ignorance, right? They make these blanket statements. It's based on nothing. It's based on the limited information that they don't know. But every place in the world, every country, they have a different way of building these houses. My point is, the way that he built this house is built to last, and it is a phenomenal house. We went inside of the house is cool. Like it's not hot. And I don't even think he had AC or there was AC in this mansion. But the way that, you know, is built and the way that the air is going to flow through the concrete and the cement, like it made the whole house inside cool. And I was like, damn, it kind of threw me off. I wasn't expecting it to be that cool when I went in there, but the house was cool. And the lady was telling me like, yeah, that's kind of the way that we build because we don't have, it's like AC is not a common thing, right? A lot of people don't have AC out there, so that, you know, the way that the houses are built, it's built keeping that in mind. So it's built to keep the inside of the house cool. So I thought that was, oh, he's laughing. Where's he at? So I thought that was, you know, that was a pretty cool thing to get inside of there and to see how everything's built. There was indoor gardens. There was indoor sunrooms, and all types of stuff that was inside of this house, man. But I'm not gonna make this video too long. Listen, if you're in Nairobi, if you live in Nairobi, if you're going to Nairobi, if you're on your way there, if you're about to leave, go check out the African Heritage House. It's a place that's, you know, full of culture, it's full of history, and I guarantee you that you will learn something while you're there. But that's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.